new level. So Tupac is gone. The angry, dualistic, contracting persona has been removed, and now he's one, or Christ. There's a woman and two men lying within these three beds. This can be expressed as a representation of the Holy Trinity or Triad, which means set, the union of three, where the main role belongs to the one, the Father. That is, represents the idea of the family: father, mother, child, Isis, Osiris, Horus. So Tupac is a part of this Holy Trinity. In the next scene, Tupac pulls back the veil that covered his head whilst he laid in bed. Pulling back the veil is an idiom for revealing something that was previously a secret or bringing something that has been concealed to light. This represents that he is now purified. He has been reborn and is emerging into this new divine state. Lifting the veil is a metaphor and allegorical artistic motif in which the truth is personified as being covered by a veil or mantle representing the inaccessibility of nature's secrets. Lifting this veil brings an individual to a higher state of spirituality. To part or pierce the veil of matter is to gain entry into a state of spiritual awareness in which the mysteries of nature are revealed. The veil symbolizes purity, virginity, and chastity. Thus, Tupac has been restored back to this divine unified nature. He is seen through new, clean eyes as this Christ figure. Interlocking triangles. The upper stands for Shiva, Purusha, male energy, and fire, the lower for Shakti, Prakriti, female power, and water. Unification of these two creates unity, which is seen as Christ-like or pure. Given that the number 6 embodies purification, this 6-pointed star figure ties into the 6 days later at the introduction of this video. 2 of these 6-pointed stars are situated in between a doorway. The twin pillars of the sign of Gemini. They are situated on rectangular stones. These represent the perfect ashlar in Freemasonry. These stones symbolize man in his perfected or purified state. So Tupac is about to enter through this doorway because he is divine again. The camera enters through this door, which symbolizes entering into the mysteries or the veil being pulled back. Interestingly, the tarot card featuring these 2 pillars shows Isis being unveiled. Pay close attention to this image. This is the goddess Isis, the sister mother of Osiris. She weeps when Osiris dies, and she helps resurrect him. Guess who plays Isis in this music video? Afeni! Once the camera enters through this doorway, we see 5 children dressed in white, symbolizing purity, innocence, renewal, rejuvenation, resurrection. 5, as a symbol of dominion over the natural forces of the spirit, has always expressed the idea of man dying to reach a state of immortality. The children are in shock because Tupac is now in a divine or Christ-like state of essence. He isn't the same thug persona that he displayed beforehand. He has now been metaphorically baptized and cleansed of this. He is unrecognizable from his old form. Stairs represent ascension. The 2 women in white. Entering through these pillars grants you access to the divine heavens. Tupac is entering through these pillars because he is Christ entering into a higher state of divinity. So now he is in this cleansed Christ essence. He has left his old form behind and is now ready. Thus, when Tupac enters this cafe, he becomes seduced. His pure, unified nature becomes contaminated by this impure duality. Tupac is now in a state of duality and is lured further into it by the Lady in Red. The Lady in Red is known as Lilith in occult teachings. She represents the Scarlet Woman, the whore of Babylon in the Book of Revelations. Lilith is the harlot or whore in biblical teachings. She is viewed as a demon or a sexual temptress who lures Adam away from his divine, pure, unified state by engaging in sexual intercourse with him. By Adam mating with Lilith, his divine nature becomes contaminated. The Scarlet Woman is also depicted wearing the color red because this is the color of the root chakra, where lustful desires lie.
You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
This is the Lady in Red in the Matrix. She seduces Neo in order to tempt him back into the illusion or state of ignorance through her sexual prowess. The Lady in Red is an ancient occult theme symbolizing Christ or Adam falling from his original divine state. So she lures Tupac into room 7 to bring him further into duality. He becomes tempted by this sexual temptress and loses his state of divinity and purity. 7 is, of course, highly symbolic as it represents the duration of his career, 1989 to 1996, September 7th, etc. But this number actually represents duality and his fall back into duality. The number 7 is a prime number, so when we break it down, we generally do it by adding 3 and 4. 7 is made up of 2 numbers, hence it represents duality. She is bringing him further into that.
A cauldron, right? You see the first 4 letters, that's what the witches cook in. Pagan tradition is the great mother's cosmic womb. Celtic lore in the cauldron as a symbol for the source of hospitality. Okay? So it's all the C-O-U-L, you always see the witches got the pots. You can read through this yourself. I ain't gonna talk your head off, but you see some of the highlighted words. Sabbats, herbs, Shakespeare, right? Why is the cow so spooky? The cauldron is the large metal pot with the handles for cooking on an open fire, right? And that's pretty much what you always see the witches use, right? So I told you it was a talisman for witches. Now, you never used to see the witch without this. Not these new school witches. Every witch had this. This is alchemy, okay? This is alchemy. This is playing with the elements, manipulating the elements, you know. I think that's what they mean by luck. Just trying to tilt the odds in your favor. Okay, now there's other people that used to wear a cowl. This is a veil, right? You got your local bigots, right? The wedding dress is a veil. It's like the cowl. So it's basically like the hymen is the veil. When you back in the days they say they popped your cherry. You got your cherry pop. You know, that hymen is the veil, and we associate that with the wedding veil, right? You're supposed to take it over her head. You're supposed to flip it up. You're supposed to lift the veil. You feel what I'm saying? You literally supposed to lift the veil on your wedding day. And that term means to see through the matrix. You know, this is what that term means, like the matrix. Can you see through the matrix, or you only see the woman in the red dress? You know, that's what lifting the veil was. Like, did you know the knowledge? Man, this guy channel right here, you need to check him out. Check out Lifting the Veil. You know, he and I both come from the school of Truth Theory, 3 and 5 and 1. Truth Theory, y'all go check him out. But yeah, y'all got to check out, I think this dude name was Colin. Please go check him out. He got some knowledge over there. He really laying it out over there. So you see, it's a popular phrase, lifting the veil. It's not like some real Gnostic, esoteric term, no. Right? It's a common phrase. So you saw that. But this is the dude channel right here. You see off the first picture, mind-blowing secrets of the tree of knowledge, the pineal gland. Go check this guy out, man. I've been listening to him for a while, about a couple years now. Like I say, him and I both come from some of the thoughts and teachings of Truth Theory, heavy etymology, heavy meaning of certain symbols and things like that. Okay, let's get back to it though. All right, the COWL, Cowl. Right? Okay, let me show you. Now, your favorite dark hero wears a cowl. Assassins wear the cowl. Right? Assassin's Creed, the hood. The cowl is really like a hood. Right? So we already showed you that the cowl is associated with seeing through the veil and witchcraft and things like that. So what type people wear the cowl? So we're talking about etymology. You see the OWL version of cowl. It's pronounced the same, but you see you can officially type in that and it still come up as the same specific thing. So this is the owl Moloch, and this is what I'm saying, how the cowl is attached to children. Moloch, who's an owl, right, is attached to, you know what they do. They offer the youth. They offer them, you know, as a practice vice. I don't even want to say it you can't really say it on YouTube, but yeah. So, man, you got Moloch, the owl, for the child, right? And mind you, Moloch also was represented as a bull god. You see the word Yahweh right there. You see the word Yahweh right there. We ain't gonna get off track, but pause that if you need to. See Moloch, owl on a dollar bill. Okay, we ain't gonna get too deep into Moloch, but just know the owl, cowl, Moloch, OWL. Now, the cowl is really coming from the idea that you have to cover your head, and every religion has a head covering, right? Remember I told you this was associated with feminine, though. You lift the veil off the woman. But if you notice, you know, brothers in Muslim got the kufi. You know, the nun has a veil, right? They supposed to be married to God, but notice they veil black. Look at the veil, okay? You know, the sheik got a head dressing, you know, turbans. Everybody got a religious cap. The Pope wears a cap. Look, it's like he got a veil on. It's like he looking under the veil. He lifted it up and put it over top of his head. Like you see him tying the veil around his head. But remember, this was associated with femininity, the hymen. Lifting the veil and that's how you can make a child. When you go through that hymen. I think it's called the hymen. When you get your cherry pop. Most people know what the cherry pop means. But yeah, these head coverings, you know, whatever religion is it, all of them. Think about from monks. Monks put the hood on, right? Even Christians, Christian veiling. They wear. I was gonna say like a sash or something, but you see what it look like. It's a veil. It's a cowl. It's like the executioner wears a cowl. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, because it's associated with the hymen, that's how you create life. It's kind of associated with life and death, seeing through the, you know, the matrix of life, you know what I mean? So even the executioner, the assassin, wore a cowl. Cause you about to go through the hymen on the upper side, you know what I mean? Every woman that prayeth beneath her head uncovered dishonoreth her head. So even in the Bible, it's telling you, look, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, 9 religions, that's pretty much all of them, where you gotta cover your head. Even the monks throw that hood on. The hood is the veil. It's like the man in the boat, you know, on the front of the anatomy, you got a pearl. To cover your head would be seen as a sign of upsetting God's created, established order. And it says to cover your head. Why don't Christians cover their head? But I just showed you what a Christian veil was. And then in the Bible, as you saw with your own, it says to cover your head is a dishonor. You see what I'm saying? You're not supposed to wear your bonnets. Remember the bonnets and the do-rag argument. But we ain't gonna get off track. Is it a sin for a woman to shave her head? It is one and the same for a woman to have her head shaved and for her to unveil her hair. So you see, even your hair is the veil. Even your hair is the veil. And just because your veil don't drop down, our hair can drop down and go straight up. It's the ultimate hair. So don't get caught up like, well, if the hair grow up, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The hood in Catholic. That look familiar to you? Who you thought that was? Who that look familiar? Who you about to say, oh, look at the Dixie Line boys. Look at the Confederate. No, that's wrong. They don't know nothing about no Dixies. That's wrong. And you see where they got it from. Okay? And there's a game called blasphemy out there. What is blasphemy? The act of offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things. Okay, that means to kind of disrespect God. Blasphemy. You're disrespecting somebody, God, right? This is what the game called. But look what he wear. He wear the Catholic cowl. He wear that pointed cap. Which, you know, some people say is the thinking cap, you know. But we ain't gonna get too far off subject. Remember, for the older crowd, when you get in trouble, teacher would put that dunce cap on you. Put you in the corner with the dunce cap. So this is what I'm saying, where the hood is kind of sacred. I ain't really gonna read none of that out loud, but if you can read, you saw what that say. It's a hood, you know what I mean? It's literally a hood. And underneath the hood is where the sensation comes. Okay? And then we got the owl's hood. Like a hood, the hood. Hoot. Right? D and T can be interchangeable. like turned up or turned up. See how that T was interchangeable with the D? Turned up or turned up. I remember the cowl, the owl, the COWL, the OWL. Owls can see through the dark. The veil is about seeing through the deception. You see what I'm saying? So you see the connection, bars. Owls can see in the dark, seeing through the veil, lifting the veil. I think they actually like have a slit, like how reptiles do. I think they got like that extra blink or something where they can like see through it. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. The wedding veil was in the Bible, known as the head covering, seen as a sign of humility. Right? Did you catch that? Pause it if you need to. We're just running through it. The veil was symbolized as virginity, unveiling the bride, no longer to be a virgin, right? So when you lift that veil, you going from virgin to getting your cherry popped. I'm trying to tell y'all what I'm trying to tell y'all. The wedding veil also represented the bride's virginity. What does the veil symbolize? We didn't even really say in the wet. I always said to symbolize virginity. What does the veil symbolize? The pre-enlightened state, hidden knowledge, secrecy, illusion, or ignorance. Right? Ignorance. Just in case you didn't get it. Sorcery. Oh, wow. But you get the point, right? Notice some of your elite wear the mask, wear the veil, right? Remember, Batman's cowl don't cover up his mouth. You only get like that kind of top, you know? You don't get the whole mask with them cowls. Y'all remember Squid Games when the elite had them, the cowl, the veils on, right? Unveil yourself. Be like, oh, that's Senator so-and-so. Like, they're not gonna unveil themselves. Y'all remember this? Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. All for educational purpose. YouTube and Netflix, all for educational purposes. You know, but everybody was veiled. Look, he throwing up the Mahurdas, whatever they call. People say they're not Illuminati hand signs. They're not Freemason hand signs. But the Illuminati and the Freemasons use them. But some say they, these other kind of, I'm going to do a video on that. These hands, I think it's called the Murders, Murdifs or something. We'll get into that, though. We'll figure that out. But you saw his hand sign he was throwing up, though. We know it's Freemason triangle-looking hand sign. Go some more videos about cult. Now, every time you get in a cult, you gotta throw that hood on, that veil on, right? You see how you can have the pentagram and the religious dudes in the veil, right? You saw the pentagram on one of the little hoods, and also you saw the dude carrying the cross. So just so y'all don't know what an executioner's cowl is, look, the dude got the rope around his neck. Like, cause he knew he wasn't trying to hide his identity. And you know what I mean? It's really just that upper mask. Look, almost look like Batman. You know, the executioner supposed to implement justice, you know what I mean? Like, if you done wrong, you go to the executioner. That's why they come with the term chopping block. Like, you on the chopping block. From the executioner would put you on the chopping block and, oh, okay, look. All I typed in was Justice Cowl. So Batman is the executioner. Wow. Everything's connected, man. Batman is the executioner of justice with the cowl. I might do a part 3.